Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we have a beautiful day in the Great River. So we're about to start our adventure right now. You might remember on the previous episode I left off here at the task board because I needed to complete some tasks. So I did just that. I went back to the gorge, picked up some task items and completed my tasks for the day. And in doing so, I was able to get a friend standing with the Heroes of the Limelight Gorge. Nothing too major in there. The only thing that you do get out of it that I wanted to show you right now is this title, Rider of the Limelight Gorge. That's what you get when you hit a friend, plus the LOTRO points and everything else. Here, Captain Agelbreath, as you can see, has the dailies for the Limelight Gorge, but we're not doing that right now. We're actually going back to Stangard so we can pick up where we left. We need to go to Parth Celebrant to continue basically everything we're doing in the Great River. Here we are. So, first of all, the epic. The Great River. So, let us refresh our memory. Defeating the Kundalar. Ancestors were routed in the Battle of the Fields of Celebrant by Errol the Young. And well, I have marked this map with the location of the battle to Cerdic, bring it to Cerdic in Parth Celebrant. And will guide you to places he has not already searched. Okay. That's one that we need to do. And the other one, which was a little bit easier here, Parth Celebrant. We need to talk to Brifart, who is stationed at the camp there. And yeah, that's basically it. So, gonna once again right towards Parth Celebrant. You might see here, I have already switched back to red line. We are not gonna need blue any longer, I hope. And well, that's the state of things right now. However, I've been checking with more detail what's the deal with Yellow Line. I'm not sure if I want to dip into Yellow Line. It does sound interesting, but I'm worried I will have to relearn the class again. And that's the only reason why I have not done that. Who knows? I've been checking some videos and some forum posts and the like. I know I have said something similar to that before, but this time I'm actually taking a long time doing that, like doing my homework. Who knows? Once again, who knows? For the time being, here we are at the camp in Parth Celebrant. Let's see what we got here.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Devil Master. First, let us talk to Cerdic.
Horn gave you a map. Let me see it.
You are a ways from home, Beriathan. This Field of Celebrant was the site of a great battle 500 years ago, where my ancestors rode to the aid of the Steward of Gondor against an invading Easterly tribe. Ah, you have met Horn. You must already know of this battle then. He is a young man, but he has an old man's fascination with history and is perhaps too keen to speak of the past to anyone who will listen. He said too much to Theoden King, they say, and earned himself a place here at the garrison. I have been here much longer than Horn, I regret to say, and me with 3 daughters left behind in Rohan. It has been too long since I could send word to them. My wife worries. She always has. I wish I was there to console her. She worries, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. You are not interested in my own travails. Horn gave you a map. Let me see it. Yes, I have already sifted through most of these locations. Let me mark these 3 for you. Examine those sites and perhaps you will find something of use to us. Now with Briffard.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Of course, Stanbrook would send someone. Come then, let us speak. We have the quests of Parth Celebrant now. Another 20 of those.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Oh there, have we met before? Your face is familiar. Perhaps I have seen you in Stangard. No matter. Am I to assume you have been sent to find out what is taking us so long? You see, several of our servants have gone missing over the past few weeks while gathering reeds for Stangard. None have returned. I was sent myself to watch over a peasant today, to make sure we do not have any more problems. The man I escorted is taking longer than expected. I had to return here to attend to some personal matters after bringing him to the river's shore. Go search for him. Had better have a good reason for working so slowly. Okay, let us go and check. So, sift through the debris by the base of the crumbled pillar. Okay, well, we need to look through many different locations. Backpacking here. Jesus, there are a lot of ravaged stalkers in here. So we have the Explorer did, Murderous Pit, Idmar's Camp, Field of Celebrant, Beard, and Celebrant. No signs of the servant, at least not yet. Oh god. Okay, let us continue checking then. What else? What else do we have here? There's a lot of backpacks. But I mean, where is the guy we're looking for? I don't see any sign of him. Not sure if I'm looking through the right place. I mean, is he... Are we looking for an item that we can use so that I can spam my delete key, or is it like actually finding him before he becomes usable? Because the game usually does that. Anything? Oh god. I mean, the only thing I have to guide myself right now the quest tracker, but this is gonna be fun. That was fun indeed. I enjoyed that very much. At least we're making good progress with the Beast Slayer did. But where is this servant we are looking for? Okay, finally I see him. Mangled Rohirrim here on the shore. See? We have found what remains of the servant. Now we can go back to Briffard and yeah, bring him the news. Let us go and talk to him.
What brings you to these lands?
Dead at the maws of wolves. They have never been this hostile towards our men. You have my thanks for fighting him, despite the circumstances. I will send word to Stangard explaining the situation. I suppose I will need to keep a closer watch on these peasants from now on.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
I know not why these wolves have taken to preying on our men, but it must be stopped. Everyone must be kept safe, and more importantly, I cannot return to Stangard with more blood on my hands. Their den is to the east along the shore of the Great River. May fortune be with you. I desire not to explain another loss. Okay. So, what else do we have here? Yeah. Do you have another quest for me? Ah yeah, you do. My bad. What else do you want me to do?
Success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Well, Beriathan, this is a bad sign. The wolves should not be acting this way towards our men. I have noticed that there have been far fewer creatures on the field as of late. I do not know why these beasts have suddenly deserted their homes, but surely something is wrong. Humor me. Search outside the wolf den to see if you can find any beasts or any evidence of what is going on. Okay, yeah. Now we can go back to that pit. So let us see if I can pull these 12 guys. I mean, last time it was a lot of fun. Maybe these guys in here. Okay, they are dropping the seized wolf flesh, and I hadn't realized. Yeah, we'll need to take at least one of those. And what do we have here? You have recovered a chunk of rotten wolf flesh from one of the many wolves in the Murderous Pit. The flesh is torn by wolf teeth, only further supporting the notion that the wolves have begun to feed on each other in desperation. All of the wolves that have feasted on the fallen appear to be developing a vicious disease. In order to cull this disease and safeguard Stangard, you decide it would be best to burn the fallen wolves in the den. Okay, so I need to burn them. Alright. So, does that mean I need to kill more of these guys to get their corpses? No, it seems the corpses I am looking for are already pre-populated. I just need to point from point A to point B. So, there are many corpses in here. What I'm wondering right now is the other murderous creatures that we are supposed to find. Where exactly are they? Not sure. Okay, well, at least I see the last corpse now. Let us go and get it. Out for creatures around the Murderous Pit. Okay. Like, what kind of creatures? We have found a horse of the Rohirrim fallen and mauled by the dwarves. Okay, I get it now. So, oh yeah, let us use the map to help us a little bit. Okay, what do we have here? A wolf lies dead on the ground from what appear to be wounds from a blade. Alright. And we're missing just the last one, which is conveniently located just outside the camp. Let's go and check that. I wonder if I can like get a view from this camp from up top. Probably yes. Let's try this one. That's kind of what I'm looking for, but from an even higher vantage point, maybe like, no, I don't think I can climb on these rocks, but these rocks maybe I can. Oh yeah, totally doable, but that tree now stands on my line of view, so yeah, let us stop bothering with that. Have more blotchy skins, speckled ears, marked furs. I think that should be enough for some tasks today. Okay, here there are more animal corpses. What is this? Slain deer of Thinglat litter the ground, and what are they doing? Well, we're technically not that far from Thinglat, but still.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Good, you made it back alive. Not that I doubted your resolve, but the pit has claimed many a creature. Now that the way is cleared, I have another task for you.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
The tidings you bring me are gravely concerning. We must send word of these discoveries to Idmar and the watchers along the road to the south. But first, would you be willing to finish the task my unfortunate servant and I started? Vanguard needs repairs constantly, and the reeds from the river's edge are very helpful to us. Please gather some, then return to me.
What brings you to these lands?
So then, it is as I thought. These wolves are without any nourishment from the field and have become more dangerous in desperation. I cannot believe they would attack one of our horses. Such a shame. I will send word to Vanguard and ask that we handle this situation before it grows out of our control.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
These wolves have become very dangerous in desperation. A disease would make them even more of a threat. Your initiative has served well. You have my thanks. Okay. So let me see, what do we have here? There's 31 blotchy skins and marked furs, but it seems to do marked furs. Ah, yeah. So we're almost there in terms of items that we need for today. That's gonna be nice. Ah, no, but wait, we have speckled ears. So that means that we can do all this. Prismatic scales, puncture shields, speckled ears. We have speckled ears. Marked furs and blotchy skins. Yeah, not all days can be riders of Heroes of Limelight Gorge reputation. Well, at least But on the level that I have right now, that's hard and time consuming. First in here, and I think this is the last one. It seems it is the last one. Yeah, task limit reached. So now we can go raid picking. A lot of deceased wolf flesh. Of course the wolves in here will attack. We can get rid of this guy here and continue raid picking. I wanna double check how are we going with the Riders of Stangard rep. Halfway through Ally. You might remember we need to get to Ally to be able to access the abandoned house in Stangard and complete that explorer bit. I think there should be enough reputation on the other areas that we have still not visited. That plus the task rep, that should be enough to get us to Ally and even hopefully Kindred. I don't remember how hard it was to get to Kindred back in the day, to the Riders of Stangard. The real reputation farm back in the day on this area was the Heroes of Limelight Gorge. But I don't think we will have any issues with the Riders. Feeling confident. Let us go.
Our mission is dire.
Good, good. I am glad that you again made it past the wolves with little difficulty. If we had more servants like you, Warden, I would not find myself in such situations. Perhaps such a sentiment is callous, but I do not seek your approval. Come, let me bundle those reeds. It is time you brought this to Idmar. Are you ready to depart?
Rohirrim have need of your services.
Now that you have the reeds, my work here is done. My captain Idmar and his men were patrolling along this road. They told me they were keeping watch on the brigands to the southeast, but would not tell me more of their charge. I wonder if there is more afoot than they were willing to speak. As for myself, I must attend to other matters. I should be with Idmar, bringing the fight to these brigands. But once again, I am left with the most uninteresting tasks. Bring these reeds southeast to Idmar. I am certain someone will return them to Stangard. For now, farewell. That was really quick. We're gonna go to Idmar first. I think he will pretty much send us to the locations, to the other locations for the epic. For now, we got a new deed, which is the Brigand Slayer. We're gonna find a lot of brigands on the other Great River areas that we have yet to visit, and that is Parth Celebrant, the Rushgore, the Brownlands. Yeah, we're basically halfway through with this. You see a Rohirrim soldier on the ground nearby. Perhaps this is one of Idmar's men. Invaders on the field! To arms! You did Shade Slayer. Yeah, this is also a thing in here. Follow the road. Okay, yeah. Maybe that camp over there. And the Gondorian ruins in the distance. Pretty cool. Idmar's camp.
Brings you to these lands.
Greetings, stranger. I am Idmar, captain of the Watchers of Parth Celebrant. What brings you here? Idmar accepts the reeds and puts them aside, then looks suddenly stone-faced as you relay your tale. Dead? At the hands of a spirit? This bodes poorly for us. You see, my men and I have been investigating a matter which we wish to keep as much a secret as possible. Here, take your wage for providing us these reeds. Brevard will be disciplined for shirking his duties again. Allow me a moment and I shall tell you more.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
I had hoped it would not come to this, but you already know that most of it. Parth Celebrant has been overrun by Oathbreakers, but we have no idea who they are or why they have returned. These spirits only appeared here days ago, and my men and I were sent to investigate before things got out of hand. The folk of Stangard were not informed of this matter, but now we have a problem just outside our gates. If you would help, I have a task for you. Head to the north and east of the road. One of my men, Medwine, is scouting them out. Speak with him and see if you can find out who these spirits truly are.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
It is certain that these Oathbreakers are a danger to the people of Stangard, and we must make clear the road for our scouting missions into the Rushcore. These spirits are lost and confused. The best we can offer them is a swift return to rest. They have appeared all across the field, so you can find them both to the east and west of here. I cannot afford word of the situation reaching Stangard, or worse, Edoras. Go! Okay. Seems this is the perfect... While doing this, we'll get a chance of exploring the other locations in the Field of Celebrant for the epic. As you approach the nearby Oathbreakers, you hear the voice of a man coming from somewhere nearby. This is Medwine.
Our mission is dire.
Idmar sent you. We have little time for introductions. I, along with another scout, were sent to observe the Shades and discover their origins. I think we have found ourselves out of position. The Oathbreakers are needlessly violent. I was chased away this morning when I moved closer. They were a white tree, such as the men of Gondor. How can that be? That is a matter for another time. I do not know what brings you to Parth Celebrant, but if Idmar sent you, you must be willing to help. Please, scout the camps to the east and west of Idmar's camp. We need to know how many of these spirits we are dealing with.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Every attempt I have made to converse with these Oathbreakers has ended in violence. These men must have committed some sort of treacherous crime, elsewise they would not have returned. Most have nothing coherent to say, but I have heard the whispers of 3 names: Melethron, Thinas, and Camlan. Perhaps they may have insight as to why their men have returned. I have never been able to get close enough to speak to them, so you will probably have to fight your way to them. Be careful. And there are a lot of Oathbreakers in here. You have Melethron. As you acquire the Oathbreaker's attention, he glares in your direction. Another? Why will you not leave us be? Melethron's face contorts into a rage. The might of Gondor shall fall upon you. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but I also come in the name of the might of Gondor, so you treacherous Oathbreakers better go away. And yeah, there you can see that they are wearing the white tree of Gondor. Truth be told, I don't remember what's the story behind these Oathbreakers. But we're about to find out anytime soon, so I'm not gonna worry that much about it. As you scout the East Camp, you note a moderately sized force of Oathbreakers. And here we have Thinas. Upon noticing you, the Oathbreakers appears puzzled. I am Thinas, captain of the Eastern Front. What purpose do you have coming here? You question the Oathbreaker about his curse. We did not think anyone would find out, but Lord Kyrian did, and he made certain we would never forget what we had done. What need have you for this? Do you only seek to torment us more? There is no hope for us, only agony. Okay, that's Thinas. And we need to go to the other camp. Sparkling dust piles. That will be useful too, but we need a bigger stack of that. So plus we have already completed all the tasks for today, so yeah. Leaving that for later, I guess. You have discovered the Field of Celebrant. So this is where the men of Gondor were facing the Eastern Links, and Rohan came to their aid. As you scout the West Camp, you notice a white tree adorning the garb of the Oathbreakers. Yeah, I have noticed already. Camlan. If we can get a good view of him. Okay. Yeah, he's down. Get another pick of him and continue. As you approach Camlan, he looks visibly upset. You have invaded our lands and slaughtered my men, and yet you expect me to speak with you. The frivolity of your charge is matched only by your foolishness. The fate that befell us is ours alone to face. What right have you to dishonor the dead? I'm not sure because I still don't know your story. Defeated Camlan. Archer, we are missing another one. Think we can go back to Idmar now? Solar scroll case, okay, cool. I'll take that. Scroll of Tinker's Lore. Very well.
Our mission is dire.
A white tree. Both you and Medwine have seen this. I do not believe it. They must be men of Gondor. Why would they have returned? The battle fought on this field long ago was a victory. A victory that granted to our kindred all of Rohan. For what purpose would the spirits return? This is very puzzling, Beriathan. Give me a moment to consider our situation.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I take it your dealings with the Oathbreakers did not go well, yet one mentioned Cirion. These men must have fought for Gondor at the Battle of the Field of Celebrant. Long ago, our forebear Errol led Cirion to victory after arriving to save his forces from an onslaught of terrible Easterlings. It was a glorious moment in our past and paved the way for the formation of Rohan. But how did these men come to be cursed? That battle was won, and Gondor was saved. Here, take this. I think we may need to approach this differently now.
Our mission is dire.
Thank you, Beriathan. While I am not certain that the spirits will remain at rest, I know that any respite from their fate must bring them joy.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
I think I have a plan, Beriathan. You have been of great aid thus far, and you should be the one to take up this charge. They must have a leader, nestled deep within their forces. Judging by the sight of the force, I would guess that he lurks among the spirits of his men to the west. Here, take this, a symbol of my people. Hopefully he can recall the battle and remember that the horsemen of the north once saved his people from certain defeat. Find out what he knows of the curse and why his men have returned if you can. I can only hope he has more to say than the others. And that I do hope as well. Quest of Parth Celebrant? Yeah, we're already halfway through. That's neat. You notice a skull impaled and pinned to a nearby tree as a wave of dread passes over you. Defeat the Shake Captain Defenders. What's the deal with these? Oh. As the jaw of the skull crumbles, a ghostly figure appears nearby. Captain of this men, do we have it? Why have you come, outsider? Do you too seek to pilfer the lost riches of the field, or are you just here to revel in my anguish? No matter, any conflict between you and me is without cause. If you strike me down, I shall always return until I atone for my actions. If I strike you down, your journey ends. Nothing is accomplished for either of us should this turn to violence. Know this, I seek redemption, for it was my actions that brought this terrible curse upon us, and my actions that betrayed my lord Cirion in his time of need. I see that sigil you hold, and I know the men who have sent you. You may learn of my curse in time, but first, there are enemies among us that need to be dealt with. We have this robe, this jacket, or that other jacket with the 7-star motif. So this is a hard choice. Agility, physical mastery. I think I'm gonna go with this one just for the stats. The fate that befell me and my men is more frightful than any the living can imagine. The decision I made that day long past will haunt me for however long I remain in this realm. I can no longer control my men, that much is clear to me. Our one strong force is broken, most of them driven mad by the passing of the years, while others still foolishly revel in the riches that cursed us. To the south, British men have gathered and seek to pilfer the relics of this land. It disgusts me that they have remained mostly beneath the notice of your allies. Return to whoever sent you here and alert them of their foolishness. Before you go, I have one more thing to ask of you. I have sent you to request the aid of the Horse Lords. Should they fail to move against these invaders, I demand that action be taken. These wicked men have invaded our land, and such indifference to their occupation is intolerable. Travel to the south and find them in their camp. Give them no quarter. That we'll need to do, of course. Let us look for whatever we're looking for here in the battlefield. Here is one marked location. We'll need to fight this guy. Yeah. You sift through the debris and find a number of arrowheads, but nothing worth keeping. Nothing here. What else? Could be another marked location, yeah, somewhere around here. There you go. What do we have here? You sift through the debris near the base of the pillar, but find nothing of interest. Alright. Let us go back to Idmar then. What else do we have here?
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Idmar listens as you tell the tale of Doran and his cursed forces. So he is aware of the brigands to the south. Interesting. We know of them, but our attempts to root them out have been fruitless as of yet. Perhaps it is time for us to take action against them. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I am sure that this is not the last of our dealings with Doran and his men.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Aye, I believe it is time that we dealt with the brigands. They have been plaguing us for some time now, and recently they have amassed a sizable force. Turmoil within Stangard has prevented us from launching a proper assault on their camp, but you may be able to aid us in that regard. We know that they have been stealing a large number of relics from Parth Celebrant and bringing them to their camp south of here. I wager the Oathbreakers have startled the brigands even more than they have us. There can be no better time to press the attack. I will send word to Stangard to gather more support. As for you, fight your way into their encampment and retrieve the relics. These men deserve no such treasure and will pay dearly for their crimes.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
If you have a moment, I would like a word with you, Beriathan. For my part, I have seen several brigands traveling by horse between the Rushgore and Parth Celebrant. We cannot allow them to rally with any other forces they have outside of the field. Return to their camp to the southwest and frighten their horses. With enough luck, we will trap them on the field and have little trouble rounding up the stragglers. All of that is on the same location, and this also gives us the chance of checking the last marked location for the epic. What will we need to do next? I cannot tell. You find a small bronze worked heirloom among the debris. That we'll need to bring to Cerdic. Now, where is... What is this? Parth Celebrant? Maybe? Has to be. But we don't need to do that just yet, so we're gonna instead come here. Fort Beard. Yeah, I'm fighting their horses. That was fun. Okay, so there is another horse in here. Okay, that thief I think I need to defeat. There is another thief nearby. I don't see it. Yeah, these tips are very sneaky, of course. Yeah, that's right. A lot of hiding. Come and face me. Talk to Medwine. Okay. Kinda weird, but okay. So, missing one more archer, one more thief, one more relic of Gondor. Idmar. Okay, just one more thief. Just one more thief so I can live. Let me find one more thief, please. Yeah, thank you. That's what I meant. Yeah. Let us leave this place. We don't even need to bother about the brigands. Okay. He just dropped aggro as I was firing my gambit, so... What matters is that we can use forced march again. Ah, Medway got back to camp. Oh, okay.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I confused you for another Rohirrim, sorry. The horses are driven off. Good. I will send word to Stangard to see if we cannot track a few down. Our stables have been very busy lately. I am certain the brigands are realizing their folly by now.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Well done, Beriathan. While I am certain that more relics are still missing, I am overjoyed to have this back in our hands. The history of Rohan is rich, and it is worth preserving. I will have this sent to Stangard. Thank you.
What brings you to these lands?
It goes without my saying, but thank you for ridding us of those brigands. It is most unusual that an Oathbreaker would ask you to take action against anyone, much less someone deserving of our ire. Our work is not yet finished. We must make the field clear of these thieving roustabouts.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Beriathan, you have aided us well. Only one task remains. We must break their leadership. My men have heard the talk of a brutal man named Lamford, who dwells deep within Hortbeard. He leads the brigands on raids into Parth Celebrant, and is notorious for making certain that he gets his cut of the loot by any means necessary. We have heard whispers from his men recently that he has become very queer and often will no longer personally venture into Parth Celebrant. We have no idea why. Journey to Hortbeard and defeat him. Without his leadership, the brigands will not find riches in Parth Celebrant. Go, and if he has anything of value, return it to us.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
I have one last task for you, Beriathan. Even with the assault we have levied against these men, they remain entrenched and we cannot drive them out completely. Perhaps if their torches were used against them, we would be able to run them off of our land for good. Travel south to their camp and burn them out. Alrighty, well, this seems to be a matter for another episode, as I think we have run out of time for today. So thank you so much for watching today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Join me next time where we will continue our journey through Parth Celebrant. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.